Peace. Today's episode of the Uplifted Being Podcast has been brought to you by the educated e-commerce online learning platform, presented to you by serial entrepreneur, author, and podcast host of the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Podcast, Jay Jones. Learn how to build a six-figure e-commerce business in 26 weeks with the Educated E-commerce course today. Hit the link in the show notes or log on to educatedecommerce.net to sign up and get started now, family. Peace.
Greetings, and welcome to the Uplifted Being Podcast, family. It's time to sync up and be uplifted.
You know that feeling. That feeling, you can't describe it really. It's just like that you feel it. That you feel it. That you feel it. That you feel it.
This is how we do it over here at the Uplifted Being Show.
They say once you find your vibe, you find your tribe. Find your vibe, you find your tribe. Find your vibe, you find your tribe. Find your vibe, you find your tribe.
I have to be it. Rather than I have to have it or I have to do it. It's like I have to be it. I have to become it. I have to be the change that I want to see.
You realize that that's a reflection of you, and what they do, you can also do.
The tangible versus the intangible, and as we know, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not real.
Find your vibe, you find your tribe.
But you feel it.
Nah, we're gonna keep it light.
Peace and blessings, family. Welcome to another episode of the Uplifted Being Show, baby. Yeah, I'll be your one of the Trinity, your brother Dwayne from the Divine Mother, cause ooh, she is fine. From the hills and the mountains and them curves and that precipitation, baby. Yeah, the mountains and all that swamp, the volcanoes. We give thanks to Mother Earth. We give thanks for the divine masculine, divine feminine energy, family. So welcome to another episode of the Uplifted Being Show. If this is your first time joining us, we would like to give you a warm, loving, and exciting Uplifted Being welcome. And be sure to go to upliftedbeing.com and dig in the archives, because what you have missed are some gems, some jewels, some trips, some techniques, some laughter, some fun, and of course that knowledge, family. The knowledge of to remind you of the powerful creator that you are in each and every facet of your being, family. So you want to dig in them archives by going to upliftedbeing.com. And without further ado, I'm hailing from New Jersey, but also I'm hailing from Mother Earth, baby. I'm hailing from the universe, divine and incarnated into this flesh, family. So without further ado, I want to give you off to the other Trinity, other host to my brother from another mother, because he ain't in them sticks. And he don't build bricks, but he might knock them bitches down. Hailing over there across the imaginary border in the
66666. Carbon. Melanin Rich family. Peace. What's good? Beautiful people in the world. It's a beautiful day out here in the GTA. So happy to be here with the Uplifted Being Trinity. You know, we're here to do what we do. You know, shine that guiding light. You know, keep that beacon going. Keep this good energy flowing. And we happy to be here, man. So let me pass this thing off to my sister from another mister. She's drinking a little mojitos.
Hey. Welcome, family. Sister Angela Mills, also known as Now Melanin, hailing from London in England in the UK. The third of the Trinity. It's a thrill to be back with you all. As per usual, we have a wonderful show lined up for you today, and we're really excited because we've got a very special guest who is here to talk with us about the power of peace, because it sure is powerful. And as a powerful creator, it will be good for us all to know how to embrace that and how to get more of that in our lives. But let me not be long-winded about it. And just to repeat before we go on, if you are here for the very first time, sending you out a light, loving, warm, uplifted, fantabuloso welcome to the show. So I am now thrilled to hand you over to my sister, who happens to be a New York native, singer, songwriter, certified audio engineer, and also a mentor and spiritual advisor. Like, there's a lot of titles in there, but she's cool. She aspires to spread peace, which we're talking about today, love and light throughout the world in everything that she does, to as many as she can. So you know she's in the right place with the Trinity up here on the Uplifted Being show. So without further ado, can we please give a big Uplifted Being welcome to our sister Pocahontus Sanchez.
Hey. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Peace. I thank you for that. Yes, I am Pocahontus Sanchez, hailing from Niagara Falls, New York, but I am originally from New York City. And I am so grateful to be a part of the Trinity today. Thank you, Angela, my sister, for inviting me. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Brian, for having me. I appreciate you all. I am so ready to talk about the power of peace and the power in peace. I appreciate the platform today. And yes, I am a singer-songwriter. I do mentor people on a daily basis and try to spread as much peace, love, and light as I can toward others, and to make sure that no one goes a day without feeling some sort of comfort and peace. So yes, I'm grateful to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Ashe.
Including yourself, sis. Including yourself.
Thank you.
Exactly. So, where do we start? From the beginning is a good place, right?
Always.
So, we're talking about peace. So, if we go to the basics, what would you say, when you talk about peace, what are you talking about to people?
Me?
Yes, sis. Yeah.
Sorry. I zoned out for a second there, but well, when I'm talking about peace, I'm talking about inner peace. The peace within the storm, or whenever you go through an issue, and you tend to calm yourself, calm the mind, rather than to engage in that storm. Sometimes we can be in the midst of a storm and not know how to deal with it. We become a part of that storm, which creates a bigger storm. It's like a twister. The twister, when it twists, it picks up debris and it picks up houses and everything, which creates a bigger form of a storm. So when you have that calm, it's like the eye of the storm, but you have to be the eye. So when you become the eye, you become the peace, the calm within the storm. And when you're in that place and you maintain that peace, that inner peace, you don't allow what's going on outside of you to affect what's going on inside of you. So basically that inner peace is what I'm speaking about. It's being able to deal with situations without allowing situations to consume you, to create a bigger storm. Because the more you become the storm, the bigger your storm is going to become. But the more you become the calm in the storm, the more peace you find. So inner peace is more of what I'm speaking about, being able to just settle your mind, settle your spirit, settle your heart, because what you feel is what you're going to manifest. So if you manifest that feeling, then if you're feeling bad and you don't find a peaceful place internally, guess what? You're just going to manifest more turmoil. So inner peace is basically what I'm speaking about.
Beautiful. Get with it.
Is that what we all want? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No, what about the times? Doesn't anybody just want to be rowdy? Just want to, the in there.
Yeah.
I want to break some shit.
I want to crack some melons.
So sometimes crack and melanin can create peace. Sometimes you have to lash out in order to maintain that. I'm not saying be peaceful all the time, because there's a time and a place for everything. You can't be so peaceful that when the storm comes to you, you don't know how to guard or shield yourself. You have to be the shield as well as be a calming place for yourself. But you have to also know how to shut it off. I mean, how much peace do you have internally to be able to control the turmoil and the chaos around you is basically what I'm saying. Even though a twister can create a storm, it still has an inner core of peace.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to know when to let go of the storm. Even a tornado knows when to let up. Right. You know, when it rises back up, it may come down and create destruction, but it knows when to let go and rise up. So at the same time, I'm not saying don't be that storm. What I'm saying is be the peace in the storm when need be. Don't allow it to consume you to the point where you create so much havoc that it's inhabitable after a while. You see what I'm saying? You can't recreate a beautiful situation out of something that was already destructive. You see what I'm saying? So, and when a town is destroyed by a twist, and I keep going back to a twister because it's a perfect thing. It's chaos and peace mixed together, which is yin and yang. You have that dark and that light side of you. But which side do you choose to consume you more, the light or the dark, or do you balance yourself like a twister? Although it's creating a bigger havoc, it still lets up, but it still has that inner core of peace. But does it create havoc to where it's non-rebuildable, or can you rebuild on that? So when you become so destructive that you don't know how to create a peace in your life, you can't rebuild. Why? Because you're still trying to figure out how to not be destructive. So are you going to be the storm, or are you going to be the peace, or are you going to maintain that peace in the storm?
It's better to be a gardener, or it's better to be a warrior in a garden than it is to be a gardener in a war.
Right. But then a gardener can still fight a war.
That's what I'm saying.
He has his tools.
Like he has to be a warrior in a garden.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. I like that too.
So, and I think that comes from like a martial arts standpoint, whereas though you are in a battle, internally you are still peace in order to be able to see clearly who your opponent is, what moves to make. You know what I mean? How to be at peace with yourself so that you know the strategy, you know your capabilities, right? And because if you ever been into a fight, we know that chaotic feeling. You know what I'm saying? When we get in that rage, one wrong swing against a person that's doing what they're doing is over for you. No matter how big or strong or small and fast you are. One wrong thing, it could be over for you. You on War Star. You know what I'm saying?
Right. or even to piggyback off of what you're saying, what we were always taught. And I say that because my dad was a martial artist expert. Okay, and what he taught us at a young age, never fight angry. Because when you fight angry, you don't know how to counterattack your opponent. Because you're in so much rage that you can't control your movement, like you said. But when you focus, when you remain calm, you know your opponent's attack moves before your opponent even makes the move. Or you even know how to counterattack because you're focused on what is the next move I should make should this happen. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that you pick up something we talk about a lot, which is contrast, because, sometimes, perception can be that. So, for example, we were talking about uplifting, vibrating higher, raising our consciousness, and but we always come back to the point where, but you can't always be ascending As in, there comes a point where, you know, you're sending, where are you going to end up? There has to be that contrast where you go up and down. There's learning to be done. So I say that to pick up on what Sister Pocahontus was saying about, you know, you have that balance between being the storm and the calm, you know, not literally just one or another. Because actually you need both. Otherwise, there's no distinction. We can't appreciate anything if everything is vanilla. Like, if everything is the same, you can't appreciate anything. So yeah, peace. And like you said it beautiful. There is a time for everything. There is a passage in the Bible that says there is a time for everything, a purpose for every season under heaven. You know, everything has its day.
So, family, the power in peace.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? I mean, you basically just explained it, so I don't really mean what does that mean. You know, but you know what I'm saying.
Let's get into it.
Peace. How do we harness the power in peace? How do we be the peace? You know what I mean?
If I may, my brother and my sisters,
bow down to the king.
I can be wrong, but I say how you harness that power is practice.
Mm-hmm.
You either willingly put yourself in stressful, chaotic situations and practice your peace. And willingly, what I mean, you can go to the gym, you can do martial arts, you can put yourself in your backyard and punch in a bag, and you can learn some type of thing that challenges you, right? Push yourself to the limit as far as physical limits, right? Because what the goal is to put stress on the physical while maintaining a level of focus, clarity, and calmness internally, right? I think that's what we're talking about with inner peace. And you maintain that power or activate that power when you're able to have that focus, clarity, and calmness when the out, like Sister Pocahontas said, when the outside is chaotic. That can also be yoga. You know what I'm saying? Them back bends, boy, that'll bring up some emotions out your ass. Them hip stretches, boy, you know what I mean? That'll bring up some emotions. And, you know, you want to stir those emotions, one, to get to, you're not trying to defeat your emotions, right? You're not trying to, like, you know, conquer in a way of never experiencing them, right? Like Sister Angela always says, man, it's, you know, you having a human experience. So we want to get to know these emotions, right? We want to get to know them so that we can accept them, you know, and be okay with them instead of allowing them to run us and rule us. We want to acknowledge them. So when we feel anger, like, yeah, I'm fucking angry, man. I want to snap this motherfucker's neck. But I'm cool. If need be, I can, but I'm cool. How about I focus on my elevation, you know what I'm saying? Or something. I don't know, man. I could be wrong, man.
Nah, man. I don't think you're wrong. I could be biased, but I don't think you're wrong. But what I to add to the build, what I pick up is that you become an observer. You know, so when we're experiencing whatever emotions that we're having, it could be the happy stuff too, you know, the joy, the love, all that stuff, as well as the heavier emotions. But, you know, first we observe, because there's one thing to experience our emotions and a completely other thing to then act on those emotions, isn't it? So it's like, okay, well, once we're done doing whatever we do in those motions, and it's cool to be angry, it's cool to be, or it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be grief stricken, you know, it's natural. But it's like getting back to that place where it's almost like I was going to say, it's almost like feeling nothing. Do you know what I mean? When you think about feeling light, I mean, you have the kind of maybe bliss feeling of light, but literally just being at equilibrium. You know, there's not like a very strong positive charge, or there's not a very strong negative charge. You're just balanced out, you know, and embracing of whatever it is, you know. For me, this is just one perspective. It's like there's no judgment. I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. I'm good, you know. So that's one perspective. In terms of how you embrace that, is to add to what you're saying. It's you embrace it the more you learn about it, the more you know what peace looks like for you, because for each of us, it looks different. It feels different. So that's why I said about observing. It's like finding out what that means for you. How does that feel for you? What does that look like for you? And then do more of it. So practice it. Yeah, like Brother Dwayne was saying. Sis, what would you say in terms of how we can enhance, how we can harness, embrace, peace?
Well, the way I do it is I do meditation and breathing techniques to harness peace. And it works because I'm the type of person, I overthink things and my mind is constantly in thought. So I have to constantly do breathing techniques. And when you do the proper breathing techniques, because sometimes we can breathe, but we think breathing is inhaling and pulling the stomach in when it's not. It's actually inhaling and pushing the stomach out. So you have to do proper breathing. So when you do proper breathing, and I just learned this now. So when you do proper breathing, the meditation can, first of all, you have to calm your mind. I mean, when I get to a point where I'm highly upset, and I have to tell my son this as well, when you get to a point where you are losing control of the situation, take deep breaths, count down to 10. But when you take three deep breaths, or 4, maybe 5, however many you need to, you just take the breath and concentrate and focus on the breathing. When you do that, it immediately calms the mind, meaning it wipes everything you just thought about out. Because why? You're focused on your breath and you're not focused on anything else. Once you do that and your mind is now clear, now you begin your meditational stage where whatever it is you're trying to control, and again, if it's a chaotic situation, you want to try to bring that down now. Okay, I went through my moment, broke a couple of things, smashed some melons, as brother said. So now I don't want to be like this anymore. So how do we calm down? Some people don't know how to calm down, but it's simply a breathing technique that you do. How do you harness that peace? It's simply a breathing technique that you do. You can either pray. Some people pray, play soft music, play meditational music. I mean, there's other ways of harnessing it, but my favorite is breathing, because the moment I start breathing and focus on my breath, everything else is clear. Once it's clear, then I can begin to manifest what I really need and desire in my life, which is peace. I just want to be calm. I want to be peaceful. And I don't want to feel like this anymore because, like the brother said, might get to smashing some. But yeah, breathing. That's what works for me. Breathing and meditation.